Do. It's the pod.
You have to clap.
Wait, that was really bad. Hold on, let me do it again.
I'm not even gonna do anything cringe. I'm not gonna do anything crazy like that. Hi, if you made it here, that means you clicked on a link.
What's up? Thank you.
Yeah, first of all, thank you. You didn't have to click on the link. We didn't ask you to click on the link, but you did.
And you're probably friends and family, and we love you.
Illy.
And thank you for listening.
If any of you guys own a business, you need a shout out for the other friends and family we have, let me know. Let us know. My DMs are open. Yeah, I'm not going to say a name because we can also edit this part out. I'm not going to say a name because I don't know what we're going to call this. The title will be posted along with it, maybe, probably, or it'll just be a question mark : episode 1.
It's currently titled an Tonio and Maddie Untitled Project.
Yeah. I like that.
Directorial debut.
Yeah.
Podcast debut.
Yeah, and this will be, when people look at this, it'll be like our manifesto. Like, whoa, they really, like, they were the voice of a generation. They kind of cooked.
Well,
what?
It will definitely be something.
That sounds pretty negative. That's crazy, actually.
It's not negative. We're just two gays yapping. That's really it. But we're pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's why we thought we should do it, because at least when we have early onset dementia from all the marijuana we consume, we can at least listen back on these and go, oh, that's what I was, and that's who I was, and that's what I liked.
Literally. That's like it. That's like, I just want a little podcast to remember our friendship and the stories and just us being little idiots.
Yeah, and I'm not buying a fucking journal. Like, I buy so many journals, and then literally they don't do anything. Like, they sit there and they wait for me to write in them and write in them and write in them. But writing is work. But talking, yapping,
we do that all the time.
Zero energy. And you might be asking, well, why do you think that this? Why do you need this? Why are you making this? What's up? And it's because if I did it by myself, it'd be vain and it'd be lonely. But if I drag my best friend into it, then it's not so lonely and it's not so vain.
And we've also been talking about this for like years.
Yeah, pretty much I think it started when back in college, when one of us had to do an audio project. Like, we had to record an hour-long yap session. And I think it was about horror movies. I interviewed you because I was like, from the perspective of a non-horror movie person, I had you watch this horror movie. What did you think? And even though we were like, it was an hour, we were like, we were really good at that. And we were like, we should do it again. And we were like, yeah, we should do it again. And then the world shut down. Yeah. So that was crazy.
Yeah. And then we like didn't see each other for like forever.
A year.
Literally, yeah. Forever.
5-6 months max, because then I ended up going to college in the same state as you that you were living in.
And then we would hang out like pretty...
Once every couple months?
Yeah.
We're doing like a slow walk back through our friendship.
Yes.
Because from the jump, I met Maddie at UNLV, and it was in a moment where all of us, well, I'm not going to speak too quickly on it because I don't know what all of them are up to now in their personal lives or ordeals, and I never asked how they identified. But we were hanging out with a bunch of straight girls, and then all of it was me and then Maddie and a bunch of other straight girls. And at one point, they were all eating and hanging out, and they were with like their boyfriends, and they were talking about going to like a party, or they were talking about just something that Maddie and I didn't know Maddie that well, but we were the only two people there that were quiet. And in that quiet, there was like, I looked over and there was just this sense of connection. And not to say that I knew that Maddie was, I'm going to be PC. Not that I knew that Maddie was a lesbian before I saw her or when I saw her, but I also just recognized like Oh, like beanie in 70-degree weather, glasses, wearing also, I think, a sweater in 70-degree weather, and pants. I was like, oh, I know who this is. I was like, hi, bestie. And I think that was even before the term bestie was invented.
That's so funny because I just remember that memory of us. We were in this, like, Hawaiian restaurant, and we had both eaten before, and we were like, these people are not our people. So we, like, basically ditched them and just went over to a boba shop and, like, sat for 2 hours and just yapped each other's ear off.
And I think they all even came over.
Yes.
And they were like, hey, we're going to go do this. What are you guys going to do? And I'm pretty sure I was the one that was just going to go, I think I'm just going to hang out here. Thanks for inviting me. And I kind of looked at you and I was like,
we're staying.
yeah, we're hanging out. We're actually catching up. I'm pretty sure it was like we didn't break up with them, but it felt like a weird, like, breakup, right? We were like, hey, actually, we're good.
Yeah. We like, literally were just like, it's all, you know what, we're going to stay.
You guys go do that. I want to hang out with Maddie.
Oh, that was crazy. And very funny because I definitely thought you were straight for the first, like, 2 months.
Everyone says that. And what's crazy is, especially at UNLV, people are like, oh, you're straight. You just keep making jokes about wanting to fuck dads. And I'm like, why is that a joke? Like, no, that's dead ass. Like, that's serious. Like, for real. Like, I will die tomorrow. Like, that was so funny to me. And hearing you say that is still so crazy to me. Was I more straight presenting back then than I am now?
No, you literally, like, honestly, you look just like you did when I met you, but just, like, older now, because you had that, like, green hair when I met you.
Yeah, real.
And I really don't know how I didn't know
Something was off?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's crazy. I didn't think you were straight, but I also knew that some wasn't right. I was like, well, because the other thing to me, too, is, like, aesthetically, you didn't fit in with the rest of those girls. And so part of me was also like, oh, you got dragged along by your roommate, and you're here.
Yeah, I honestly don't even remember how I met that group of girls. I think I was in class with one of them, and they were just like, come over, hang out at the dorms, because at UNLV, like, nobody lives on campus, and these girls happen to, like, live on campus. And I don't know how you were tied to them. I think
they lived on my floor.
Yes.
I lived on the same floor as them.
Yes.
And I met them when we were all moving in. And the reason Maddie and I didn't meet when we were moving in is because UNLV is structured interestingly. If you're a first year, they put you in the most expensive dorm and say you can't live in any other dorm on campus. You have to live in these expensive ones that are super far away from the dining hall, from any sort of civilization, and close as hell to the highway. Good luck. And you just go, I guess I love highways and crickets and cockroaches everywhere on the sidewalk.
No, literally.
It was nasty. I hated it.
Yeah, I think I chose that dorm, but looking back, would have not done that because literally everybody was in Tonopah, and that was so far away. But
And Tonopah was right across the street from the dining hall and the student union. And yeah.
Oh, good times. Do you remember what movie that was when we recorded that, like, first podcast thing? Do you still have that?
I don't know if I do. If I do, it's in an audio file that got turned in on Canvas.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Quote Lisa Barlow.
Yeah. No, it was definitely something on Canvas, and I think because it's not like I didn't want to keep it out of spite or because I'm like a dick. It was literally just like, oh, this is just like a project. Like,
yeah.
I would only listen to it to reminisce on something, but I don't think I saved it or sent it to myself or anything.
No.
But I want to say that I want to say that has to be around the same time I showed you Hereditary.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, especially one to when you were like, I'm not a horror movie person, and I was like, so we're watching Hereditary.
Yes. I was famously a horror movie hater before I met Antonio, and I hate scary movies, or I hated in the time. And I have just grown I wouldn't say love them, but definitely appreciate horror movies because of how many Antonio has made me watch throughout the years.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's because I feel like, and on my little TikTok that I made, that was cringe. On my TikTok that I made, talking about like my top horror movie list or whatever, I think that people have, when they think of horror movie, they think of someone like Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger and just like the campy, cheesy stuff that can go along with it. And I love that stuff. That stuff has a place in my heart all the way over there. But I think that where you get good is when you start incorporating other other genres other than comedy into it. So when you start injecting like thriller notes into a horror movie, or you start injecting drama into a horror movie, you really change it changes how it impacts you as a viewer, because you're not like, oh, I'm just watching a bunch of teenagers get killed. I'm not just watching a bunch of people stupidly die. All of a sudden you start caring for these characters because those little genre twists add another level than just, oh, I want to watch these people survive. It's like, I want to make sure they stay girlfriends to the end. I want to make sure that they get out of this as a couple. I want to make sure this person gets their revenge. I want them to fight for it, and I want them to step up. Like, it invests you a lot more emotionally, not to go on this like 3-minute tangent about horror movies. But I mean, Maddie and I were going to UNLV for film, and not gonna lie, maybe you can speak a little bit more on this. I got vibes that were like, when I would tell people I liked horror movies, they were like, oh. And when I was like, I want to make them, they were like, oh.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I will not lie and say I didn't look at you like that. Because I was like, this goofball. But then you, like, actually watch them and, like, you analyze and you... I mean, you know all, like, a lot of analogies and, like, a lot of, like, deeper stuff. So you relay that to me, and then like when I get to watch the movies back, I'm like, oh my god, he's so right, like this happens because of this and yada yada yada. But yeah, I think at UNLV some people look like that.
Well, and I was not exact. I feel like I developed a layer of skin there where I was not really. It kind of made me double down on what I like, and not because I think that it hurt my feelings because people were talking bad about the things that I like. I just think that when you double down on something like that, it sort of solidifies why you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
And I would never get like yelling upset. I would never get. I would just sort of be like, okay, well, I just feel like you haven't really dove deep into the genre as it is. And then the first time, so I showed Maddie Hereditary and she didn't have an adverse reaction to it. Maddie was like, hey, I want to show you this movie that I saw. It was really good. And I'm like, what movie's that? She's like, Jojo Rabbit. And I'm like, oh, like I've heard of that. Like, that's fine. That's whatever. I had never heard of that. I'd heard of the movie, but I didn't see it. I didn't know anything about it. So Maddie just put it on in my dorm room, and we were sitting there and we were watching it. And if you know, you know. But this bitch tried to kill me. She tried to give me a fucking heart attack and stop it in my chest, rip my guts out, and punch me in the face.
I mean, that wasn't the goal, but like... that movie's just gonna do it to you, man. Like, it's, you know that scene, and it rips your heart out, but it's so wholesome at the end.
Yeah, so that's something that, and that's also why I was like, we should make this podcast, right? Is because I think that our taste in things are completely different, but we also still know how to recommend things to each other and then talk about it afterward. And we understand each other. And like, if I'm not understanding something and you explain it, I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Like, especially when I'm watching a movie with you and I don't just I do not passively watch movies. I feel like people nowadays this has become the movie podcast. I feel like people passively watch them and they don't immediately engage with the story or anything. I feel like from the minute a movie starts, I'm like, give me this. Like, give me what I can take. I want to indulge in it immediately. And it was so reassuring when we were watching Little Women. Maddie and I do this thing where I'll recommend a movie and then she recommends a movie. And it's usually one from our like personal vault where we're like, no, dude, I saw this. You got to watch it. And I would have never gone out of my way to watch that movie at all, I don't think, if Maddie wasn't the one recommending it. If someone else had recommended it to me, I'd be like, oh my God, yeah, I'm totally going to check that out. And then I don't. But no, I was like, you know what, Maddie's recommending it. It's Greta Gerwig, and I should know better by now because the other movie recommendation Maddie gave me by Greta Gerwig made me cry on a plane.
That's so real. Lady Bird, 2017, 16, can't remember. One of those years.
You don't even need to, if you just Google it.
That is my number one. I feel the same exact way when you recommended Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was like, what the fuck is this movie about? I was like, I don't know. It looks kind of weird, Tonio. Like, this is not my vibe. And then we sobbed silently in a theater of like us and two other people, because it was so beautiful, and the rock scene really
kicked our asses.
You could just hear.
Well, and it wasn't. Some of it wasn't even from us. Like, I think that the other people in that theater were also crying because I'm pretty sure I heard it.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's one of the. That was one of those moments where I'm like, I gotta keep watching movies with you, dude. And if we can't, that's gonna suck. But even when we were living states away, we found a way, and we did it. Like, there are some one-off ones that I don't remember that well. Like, I know we watched The Matrix over Discord.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. That movie's great. And I just wanted to... I remember wanting to show it to you because I had never seen it before until I, like, a week later was like, oh my God, Maddie, we gotta watch The Matrix.
Shout out Neo.
Shout out Neo. Shout out the trans allegory. Shout out, the Wachowski sisters. Love. But... No, it's definitely been a relationship where I've only gained things and I haven't felt like there's ever been a moment where I'm discussing something with you where we disagree on it. But I think it's because we also analyze things almost the same way. Yeah,
and I think like even if we agree to disagree, we're like respectful about it. And it's like not... Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, it's gonna be like a little shady, but
I'm gonna totally break the fourth wall here and like address you right now as like just a complete like gushy human version of myself. I am feeling so self-conscious while talking into this microphone. I'm like, oh my God, I talk too much.
When I was talking, I just had this moment and I was like, we should just scrap this whole thing.
I mean, like, isn't that's the creative journey?
Jesus.
It's mostly just because I feel like if there are people that are going to watch this that don't know us, they're going to be like, that kid needs to shut the fuck up and hold the microphone farther from his face.
Dude, I think this is just a part of the process.
Yeah.
And this is just us actively working through the process right now.
Yeah. So now that shockingly self-aware moment aside, let me just zip back up the persona of being on a podcast real quick. Yeah, so like movies and stuff, totally art, and opinions. No.
Let's bring it back down to reality.
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Okay, so they're doing the reunions. The reunion's the only episode out next, right?
Dude, okay, so it's the season finale and then it's the reunion.
Is the season finale out already?
No, not yet.
When does it come out?
I think it comes out next Wednesday, which for the record, that would be January 8th, 2025.
Oh my god, so we have to shoot the pod, watch The Real Housewives, and do D&D.
We have fucking tough lives.
It's my day off, so I'm going to do all of those things and have a good time doing them.
Oh my god. But this is season 5 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and I think this has been its best season by far. We have newbies, Brittany.
We're going to get in a fight right now.
Oh.
Because to say this season is the best season is to quickly and swiftly disregard Monica, and I just can't live in that reality. I'm so sorry, but the drama this season has been interesting. The cast has been great. Hey, so this is editing Antonio, coming to you live from my bathroom at my desk job. Yeah, didn't know that this part got skipped. We knew that Maddie's microphone turned off, but kind of a gag that, we just lost my legendary rant defending Miss Monica from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But if you know, you know. And all I'll say before we jump back into it is Monica was robbed. Andy Cohen, if you're listening, you better sleep with one eye open. You better have that Ring doorbell turned on because I'm in your walls. I'm getting justice for my girl. Anyway, back to the pod. Okay, bye. Did it turn off?
Oh my god, I'm sick. I don't know how long that was off for.
Oh my god, did it just turn on?
Yeah.
Has it been off?
I don't know. But, I was not looking at that. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we'll hear it in the playback.
Yeah, literally.
No, but it's just not as exciting. There's not a through line for me enough of everything. I feel like the only through line is Bronwyn because she has been at the center of conversation when it comes up about drama. Mm-hmm. Brittany hasn't really come up. Shit, even fucking her name's not Angela.
Angie.
Yeah, even Angie hasn't come up in the talks of drama.
I don't know, brother. I don't know.
Well,
Bronwyn's storyline is, I think I just love her so much that I'm just boosting this to the top. Do not get me wrong. Monica was fucking robbed. She should still be on that show.
Because people have done worse fucking things. And especially with the most recent scandal involving one of the Potomac housewives. If she comes back on the season, if she comes back to the franchise, I'm gonna be mad.
Karen got a fucking DUI. That bitch was so... Excuse me. That lady was so intoxicated.
Also, double excuse you. That Grand Dame.
Sorry. Excuse me. The Grand Dame was, Grand really fucking drunk.
Grand drunk.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it would be really crazy for them to bring her back. But no, I completely agree. Monica...
Robbed.
Ran a fucking account. So what? Who fucking cares? Get over yourself. She didn't steal from fucking old people at Jen Shaw. She
doesn't run a cult at Mary Cosby. She doesn't peddle fucking fake plastic surgery. She doesn't peddle fucking oysters and other side businesses for tax write-offs. She doesn't peddle a whack-ass tequila. She didn't do any... She literally was a mom. She was a single mother with children and an interesting plot dynamic with her mom.
Yeah.
She provided a storyline when this show was gonna get canceled.
Yeah.
I'm convinced they cast her because she approached them and was like... I am this Instagram page. I want to be a housewife. You're going to get fucking canceled because I'm on the Reddit, bitch. So let me up on this show and I'll give you TV. She gave them TV. Those women are mad because she played an entirely different game than they were playing. And then they probably were like, Andy, if you bring her back, I'm going to leave and I'm going to sue.
Speak on it, Pookie.
I know, not to take the words right out of your mouth.
No,
but
literally, though.
Oh!
She ran a fan account. Okay, she lied. Hey, guess what? Y'all all fucking lied.
Did I lie? Did I fucking lie? No.
It's just so silly. Silly goose.
Silly goose moose. But I saw someone else say that on Twitter, and that's where I was like, mm-mm. Like, I just don't think that. I mean, this season isn't even as exciting as the whole 20-minute segment when Jen Shaw got arrested. Like when you pull out the big guns of the FBI coming onto your silly little reality show that fast, it's really hard to put yourself back.
Yeah, that's
up there, I think.
That's absolutely fair.
Because and Jen Shaw also was the drama of that group. Like, she was the loudmouth. She was the one that would actually she was the one that actually beat the shit out of someone else, like allegedly. But tell me, I want you to explain to me, not aggressively. I mean, parentheses, not aggressively. That statement was not meant aggressively or combatively. I want to know why you think this season has good drama.
I just think that they are literally all lying to each other and then calling each other out.
Yeah.
And that's straight housewives to me, bro. Like, that's classic girl drama. That is, like, let's be so real. That's the whole point of these shows, is to get these women to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we watch it, because it's silly fighting. It's not real drama. Like, I hate to say it like that, but it's not, like, real. Like, their problems are so silly goose. And I love it. I just get to, like, disassociate and watch them fight about maybe having Alibaba jewelry. Whitney Rose, I love you.
I'm so sorry, but I feel like being in a relationship with her would suck. Like, really bad. I just don't even know if I could handle her.
That's crazy. I love Whitney Rose. I think she's one of the best housewives. She stirs the pot. She gives us great one-liners.
True. I guess, so I think the Housewives franchise is cursed with Monica's, because I'm pretty sure the other girl that got kicked off the show, Real Housewives of Potomac, was named Monica. And she beat the shit out of Candace, right? That was her?
Yes.
Yeah. And it was so satisfying. I like Candace Owens. I think she's actually like a really funny... Not Candace Owens. That's not her name. That's a real celebrity or someone. I liked her. I thought that she, like, especially after Monica got the stanky boot, I really liked her character and the person she was. But I think that Monica was just and whooping her ass. I think that, and it's the main problem I have with this show, is it tries to be a quote unquote classier version of Bad Girls Club. But at the end of the day, all we want to do is watch Bad Girls Club. So just give it to us. Like, it feels almost, my dissection of the Real Housewives. It feels almost classist to say the only way you can handle a disagreement is through talking. And I mean that in a way, I mean that in the way of, like, if you're fucking rich, of course you don't have anything to worry about. Of course, like, if someone throws hands, you have the right to then sue, and you probably have the money to do so or take legal action. Coming from a brokey lifestyle, fighting, I think, scares people more. I think when you fight someone and you win, there's a sense of, like, okay, I probably shouldn't do that again. Whereas if it's like a legal thing, you just pay the fee and then you keep doing it. And, like, yeah, all of them can afford to do that, but who couldn't? Monica. Or no, she could. But what did she do? She set the principle and she said, I'm going to beat your ass. I don't need this TV show. And beat her fucking ass. And it was good TV. It was the most hyped up I've gotten while watching The Housewives. Rant over. Okay, this podcast is just me ranting at Maddie.
No, I love it because we've had this discussion about that specific fight too.
It's gonna come up. It's gonna be a through line for this podcast. It's gonna be like when we get in another disagreement, it's gonna be like, this is the Monica incident.
I don't necessarily agree with that statement. But I just am a little baby and I would never put my hands on anybody because I don't want to get my ass whooped.
No, but I think if I was getting jumped, you would help me.
Well, different story, but like, if somebody's I could never go at somebody. Like, fucking Monica had like rage in her eyes and was going after her ass. Even if somebody called me the worst things in the fucking world, I don't think I could go after someone.
So that's a lie. And here's how I know that. I have a story. So if this is the episode where we're supposed to explain ourselves and our friendship and everything like that, in the Chicago era, I was going to college there. I was finishing up my degree, and Maddie is a Chicago local. Well, actually a burb local, but like, shout out Aurora. And fuck that one place though, your neighboring rich city. Fuck Naperville. That place even sounds like it sucks.
Except the Barnes & Noble, I miss you.
Yeah, R.I.P. Barnes & Noble, miss you Pookie. But there was a crew of people that I had assembled because I was doing a bunch of short film work for one of my classes, and I essentially got a network of friends for $1,900 or however much the class was. That's all college is, by the way. If you are any age younger than what we are, if you are looking at college, just know a lot of the money you're paying for that is for connections for people. In any field.
Going for like fucking surgeon.
Yeah, and I mean, even then, it's like, how can you get hired into a hospital if you don't have nepotism?
Well, a degree, but...
True. But there is an understaffing issue.
There is a nepotism factor. To
That's what I'm saying, right? Everything's nepotism.
It is. It's just like I have hotel nepotism. Both my parents work in the hotel industry. You can get a job anywhere.
I need your parents... We need to do an episode of the pod on the road where your parents get us a room in Chicago and we go to a furry convention.
Wow, that's not what I was expecting.
I know, but I think it would be fun.
Okay, cool. I don't know, sure. I'm down for anything.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
A reason to go back to Chicago. Road trip. Especially during... You want to know what I found out? I think Midwest Fur Fest is held in Chicago, I think. And I also think that it is probably one of the biggest, if not the largest, it has the largest effect on the Chicago surrounding area in the sense that, like, people get ready. Like, businesses boom. The hotels in the area get ready. They boom. And it's a really good... I mean, not like Chicago needs it, but it's a really good, like... money scheme. I don't know the word I'm looking for.
It like helps the city.
Yeah, it's a really good it's a monetary boost for the city. But also like, and we're not talking about that anymore. I don't want to talk about furries too much. It's too soon.
Yeah.
What were you talking about before that?
The housewives.
Yeah, but we were talking about college. Oh, in Chicago. So why Maddie was going to fight that guy, or it wasn't even a guy, it was a woman. We went out with a group of my film friends to Boys Town after we did an episode of viewing of RuPaul's Drag Race in Maddie's apartment. And we were dancing, and this really rude white bitch gets mad at one person in our group for dancing in the club. And that was a moment where Maddie and I simultaneously agreed we need to go. Like, it was like, first of all, it gave us the ick. Yeah. Second of all, I don't want to be in a bar or club if that's the vibe. Yeah. And also, like, I was ready to start throwing verbal insults. And that's why I don't know if you remember this, but I remember looking over at you and I remember being like, oh, so that's like, if Maddie considers you a friend, like, that's sort of how it goes. you will give that reaction or you will do something for somebody you care about, which is amazing. But I just want to see you bust out your confrontational side more. Be like, hey, bitch.
Yeah, maybe 2025. It's a new year, baby.
But Happy New Year. Wouldn't watching the Housewives though? Wouldn't you think that like helps you?
You would think, but
I think it helps me.
Hell yeah, I love that.
It's helped me understand tone a lot.
I feel like it makes me read into tone way more. Too much, and then I can't shut it off. So I need to like. Salt Lake City has been like my one show, so I don't like Overwatch anymore.
I also don't like Overwatch. I play Marvel Rivals now.
Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals. It's really hard not to say it like that.
Marvel Rivals.
It's literally so hard not to say Marvel Rivals. I'm literally gold wank in Marvel Rivals. Like, guys, it's serious.
Who is your go-to character?
Scarlet Witch. You should know if she's a character in a game that I could play. Hey, guess what? Playing Scarlet Witch. Oopsie. I don't have to aim a gun. I don't have to aim anything. I just hold down my mouse button. She shoots out a little homing laser that drains people for their life. And then I right click and it shoots out like an Eldritch Blast, essentially.
Shout out D&D.
Shout out D&D. She turns invisible and flies up in the air. So I do a bunch of damage and then I turn invisible and fly away. And then one of her abilities, she throws down a little orb, and anyone who walks through it gets like stunned temporarily. And when you're playing as her, there's this cool sound effect that happens in your ears, so that it's letting you know someone's stuck in it. It sounds like a clock like breaking. It's kind of cool.
You should definitely try and recreate that sound. 3, 2, 1.
Boom. Boom. Like it sounds like a timer. Like there's this like I'm gonna show you the audio clip after we're done with this so you can be like, okay, you're kind of close, because I think I was kind of close. And then her ultimate is, if you're like in a certain, you didn't ask for this. You didn't ask for any of that. You said, who do you play? And that, I feel like that should have just been a one-word answer. No, she contorts her body and screams pure chaos, and anyone who's in a certain radius of her, they immediately turn to dust.
Hell yeah,
it's kind of hot. So that's who I play in Marvel Rivals. And then if I have to do attacking. If I'm playing a tank character, I play Penny Parker. I don't know, Into the Spider-Verse. She's the little girl with the robot.
Yes.
They made her a tank in this game. She's a lot of fun. Yeah. And then if I have to play a healer, I play Cloak and Dagger. They're Marvel superheroes. One of them is a girl, and she can summon like these light daggers that she can throw, and they can do a bunch of different things. And her counterpart is a guy named Dagger who can blend into the shadows, and he also throws
dagger.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's who I play in Marvel Rivals. It's not that easy of an answer, but we got there.
Hell yeah.
I think something has changed within me.
Something is not the same.
The THC levels in my blood are too high.
How long have we been recording?
37 minutes.
Wow, look at us.
It didn't even feel like that long. I was like, I'm going to look down and it's going to say 12. But yeah, Maddie, what's your favorite Marvel project?
So, wow, that's a hard question. I don't really like Marvel. If I had to pick, though, it's gonna be Agatha All Along.
I was gonna say, I was like, not to call you out for being a lesbian or to bring that up again, but like, I feel like also the gaggiest reveal. The cuntiest reveal you could have ever asked for, but also the most heartbreaking reveal you could have ever asked for.
In the Scarlet Witch one?
In Agatha All Along.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Hey,
Oh, hey. So actually, I don't want another season. And
they're gonna make one. Did you hear that?
that's what I heard. How the fuck are you gonna make another season?
It's gonna be two gays hanging. It's literally gonna be us. It's Agatha as a ghost, because in the comic books, when you first meet her, she is an older woman, but that very quickly goes away and she becomes a ghost, like
Hell yeah.
to follow along with like the elderly whatever. But I think she willingly is a ghost, like she chooses to be one. She lives in a giant house with her cat.
Oh.
Yeah, the Scarlet Witch goes to her a lot and is like, I need you to help me learn how to become a witch. And she goes, if you didn't fucking suck, then you would already know this by now, but fine, I guess I'll teach you.
I can't wait, actually. I take it back.
So that's pretty much going to be her attitude with Billy.
I love that.
And also, Catherine Hahn and Joe Locke are kind of great together.
They're fantastic. They have great chemistry.
They do.
I just love Catherine Hahn, though.
Same.
Oh, my God.
Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey? I feel like I've been fucking up her name for my entire life. I thought it was Audrey.
Aubrey
Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza. Hey, I feel like this is a Mandela effect right now.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Or we're just dumb.
That.
There's that.
Aubrey. See, we just need to stop second guessing ourselves.
Yeah.
We fucking know this.
Aubrey Plaza. If Aubrey Plaza is in season 2.
Winning.
Yeah. If she's not, why is that winning?
Oh, I thought you said if she is.
No, I said if
didn't listen,
she's
sorry.
not, and I made this motion, put it back on the shelf. Put it back on the shelf and let it cook for a little bit. Someone will be like, we need to add her. But if she's not in season 2, keep it Pookie.
I don't know why they would do a season 2 if they wouldn't bring back her character. It doesn't really make
Well,
sense.
they can't kiss again.
Well, I mean, is true.
That sucks.
That does, but I mean,
Oh my god! And she even said, "I hate ghosts."
I forgot about that.
Not she.
Actually,
Not
don't bring her back.
Not Agatha was so petty that she said, "And I'm gonna be a ghost."
She said, "I'm gonna fucking haunt your ass."
Yeah. No. Well, she said, "Now you're never gonna want to see me again."
Oh,
Why can't lesbian women just have something?
that's a great question. Thank you.
Care
for
to
asking.
answer? Yeah.
No.
I refuse to answer at this time.
No,
actually,
I have no answer. No questions. Yeah.
No, but I think that definitely is a trope that no, they don't even have I was going to say the only happy ending I've seen for sapphic love is in Fear Street because they both make it out alive. Not true. At the end of the third one, there is a post-credit scene where someone takes that book. So,
Man, yeah.
can you think of anything?
It was not a great ending, but like they were together. Orange is the new black.
I didn't even finish that show. They killed Poussey, and I'm not even joking. That was like PTSD, and I did not keep watching it. I was like, it's not that it was too, well, I mean, it is impartial that it was too real, but I just think that, I don't know. It really just, for some reason, it still sits with me the wrong way. I don't know.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
But that's the point.
That's kind of, yeah, that's what I took from it. Unfortunately, I could not let those lesbians go. They are my first show that I watched with lesbians, so I had to finish through with it. Other than that, I can't think of any that like I've watched off the top of my head. But yeah, I don't know.
There has to be one. I'm trying real hard. Oh, the Owl House.
The L word?
I love you so much. No.
The L House?
The Owl House?
I am fucking deaf.
No, I'm just Midwestern. The Owl House?
I was like, wait, what?
The Owl House. It ends I don't want to tell you. I mean,
No,
you're not gonna watch it, but like, it's an animated show on Disney. It was on Disney XD, I think, for a long time when Disney was still cool and letting people be artistic and express themselves or whatever. And it's about a young girl named Luz who finds a portal to a demon realm, and she meets a witch, and that witch teaches her how to be a witch. And Luz is a huge nerd, and her favorite book series is about a really strong witch, so she wants to be like her. And she doesn't fit in the normal world because she's too eccentric, and people don't like that. And so she feels more at home in this demon world, and in said demon world, oh my god, and it's the best type of trope. It is the enemies to lovers trope.
Oh my god, I love it.
She goes through an arc where like she's just sort of freeballing it in this world, and she's not like, she's just there for experiencing the world because it's an entirely different realm. The place is literally a giant dead demon's body. That is where their world is. It lives inside of that, which is super cool. But she ends up in the second season or third season, she ends up going to like a witch school, and a bunch of different people go to school there, but one of them is this girl that just hates her automatically because not because she's a human. That's not right. And the show creator, I don't think would even would even want to do that, but it's for the same reasons of like they're giving a demon human traits because she's loud and she's annoying and she doesn't follow the rules, and she keeps getting credit for things when I should be getting credit. Like, I'm top dog, like I'm jealous of her. And then eventually it turns into not jealousy, and there's literally a moment where she goes, oh my god, I'm into her. And it's like really funny, and it's very cute, and they make it to the end.
No.
And they don't go through any trials or tribulations, really.
I love that.
So there's one, but it's animated. And in an extremely niche children's show. So, but there's always hope. Yellow Jackets is still coming out.
Yellow Jackets is, oh my god, that's coming out so soon too. February, on Valentine's Day.
Oh my god.
That is so exciting for me. I have plans.
Do you have a gut feeling too?
No, I have no feelings. I'm scared for this season. That's all I'm feeling.
Same. Are you scared for the same reason I'm scared?
I'm scared. Blah, 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 blah. I'm scared for a singular character.
Really?
If you know, you know.
I don't know. I'll keep it that way.
What?
I'll be ignorant. I don't know. I mean, other than the one from last season, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. But who should I be worried about?
The one who was like, I have cancer.
Oh no, that's going
Like
away by
Girl
magic.
Band. You
That's
think
going.
so?
Oh yeah.
You think Ty's gonna like magically be like?
I think Ty's gonna eat it out of her body. Yo!
What?
I might have cooked right there. I think
That's.
she's already eaten the dirt.
You're right. She like eat the dog too? I don't know if she ate the dog.
She killed
or if
it.
She killed it.
She killed it.
She killed that fucking dog.
Yeah. But no, I'm not worried about Van. They wouldn't introduce it this early, and they if they wanted to kill her, they would have killed her this season, but
That's
they killed
true.
someone else. So I think what's going to happen instead is she's going to get magically cured, and then she's going to get like shot or something.
Just
Because I hope this is a show, and the reason why I'm asking about what is this feeling, I'm scared that it's going to be mid.
oh, it was kind of. I don't want to say it wasn't mid last season. I just don't know if it was as good as the first.
There wasn't any questions that were addressed. They just kept making more.
Yeah.
We finished plot lines from season 1, which is great. But my question is, when are we going to start exploring the supernatural side of things that are actually happening? Because I can only handle them saying it was just the woods so many different ways, so many different times. So I would like an explanation at this point. And if I don't get one, I'm going to be like, you're going to lost me, and I'm not interested.
Yeah. And they've been like planting little seeds of magic all throughout each season.
Magic, mysticism, spirituality, like
Something,
dead people,
demons,
ghosts, demons,
literally.
limbo,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've gotta address it at some point. I feel like this is gonna be the season.
Well, and there's that dead-eye fucking ghost, the ghost with no eyes, that's also just meandering around. And my question is, if we're also seeing other ghosts, when are ghosts of the people that have died going to start showing up?
Well, we did have Ghost Jackie.
Yeah, but that's for adult Shauna. I'm talking about when they're
true.
Kids.
No, that was for young Shauna.
Oh no,
Ghost
that's
Jackie.
not a ghost. She's tripping.
You want Ty's ghost to like.
Well, because I want it to be like, I want it to feel like a horror movie. Because when Jackie's showing up, it just, you know that it's Shauna imagining Jackie, not Jackie as a ghost.
You want the supernatural shit.
Well, because it's already been hinted at, like, what the fuck? Like, so what is why did Thaisa see it when she was a kid?
Unanswered.
And honestly, also one of the scarier moments of the show. Probably the
yeah.
scariest moment of the entire show.
When Ty gets fucking possessed.
Oh, that wasn't that scary to me. I think that the scene where she was a little girl looking in the mirror and it was right behind her, and it did the close-up really quick of like the mirror and her standing there and her grandma. And also her grandma's, the lady who played her grandma did a really good acting job, because when people sound scared and they're pointing at the thing, it freaks me out. Mm-hmm. Like, especially if it's a thing that not everyone can. Nope.
Nope. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Yellow Jackets in a minute, but also it's been a minute since another season came out. So
yeah, I'm excited. I hope it's good.
I hope the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City doesn't get another season without Monica.
Well, I mean, the unfortunate reality is that's probably gonna happen, but
it doesn't have to. It can just get canceled.
They cooked with this season. We all thought it was gonna be a flop, and they introduced two pretty how do I put Brittany and Bronwyn? They are like, they came out of the fucking gates hot, both of them. And whether you like them or not, they have really taken on that housewife role. So I think that the expectations were very low. So when they got two really good newbies, it kind of smashed it out of the park for a lot of people, including myself. I still stand on it that this is like one of the better seasons.
Oh, definitely better than season 2, because that's when Jen got arrested and she was gone.
Yeah.
Season 3 they brought this is season 5.
Yes, this is season 5. Season 4 was Monica. Season 3 was season 3 Jen Shaw like preparing to go to jail? Because wasn't that...
Yeah, she wasn't on season 2 because she was going through all the legal stuff, and then she was on season 3
like
for some reason.
Halfway through season 2. That's when the fucking FBI raid was.
I just think that Brittany is forgettable. Bronwyn is my favorite of the season by far. Mm-hmm. Just because the storyline with her and Todd that they've been introducing is interesting. I think that her drama with the other housewives has been really good. I think that she is also like that new voice of reason, that new perspective where she's like, I don't understand really what I'm doing. You said that. And then every time she says that, they have a clip. And that's not true for the other housewives. Sometimes they go, she said, he said, she said, and they don't have any footage to cut to. But every single time Bronwyn has said, that's not what you said, they always are able to cut back. And that's because I think Bronwyn has no problem disheveling the information without fucking ferrying it around for 3 episodes and then making it relevant on the vacation.
Absolutely.
So kind of like, oh my God, the Whitney and Heather storyline about the sexuality. Oh my God, I could not. It was so stupid to the point where I don't get mad watching TV shows, but I was getting annoyed. I think I out loud said to my laptop, can we move on? Are we done?
Yeah, that was a dumb fight. And that was one where I was like, holy shit, do we really not have a storyline for them? Like, what is going on?
And the fact that they had to get that drunk to get it to that level also says a lot.
I think that might be...
They're not related?
Yeah.
You think they're not related?
I don't think so. I think that they just we're completely sober and just fighting to fight.
No, because that's the same episode where Heather throws up in the Sprinter van.
Actually, you're so right.
They were sloppy at
They
that
were
bar.
Nasty. That was great TV. Keep it up, you guys.
No, that was the one point where I was like, wait, maybe people are right. Maybe this show is dumb. Like, I'm not even lying. I was like, maybe this is starting to not be good anymore. But it wasn't until the whole Monica thing really blew up where I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I think with every like housewife drama, you have to have a little bit of fun. And like when they get sloppy drunk, I think that's fucking hilarious. And like, give me Heather pissing and puking in the van. And
did you ever finish The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
I did not.
That show low-key was good all the way through. That first season is kind of a banger.
Okay, I need to go back and finish it.
They really make you hate that one bitch. It's crazy how much you hate Whitney. Like, it is so genuinely fucking crazy. I hate her with all of my heart. And I saw her in season 2 and I said, uh-oh.
Has season 2 come out?
No, but they're filming it.
Oh shit. I saw some more drama with that happened like a couple months ago.
Work.
And it was about a couple of them swinging. And it was what was her
Oh, swinging. I thought you meant like fighting. I was like, love. No, you meant swinging.
Like
sexually.
Not
violently.
Or golf ball-y.
Or on a playground with children.
What was her face? What was that main girl in the first episode that
Oh, yeah, Shorty McShort Stack.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't.
She's got the long hair.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look it up.
I can't remember her name.
But it was like her and like it was a girl that wasn't on the show, but there were like allegations of her like
non-consensual stuff.
No, consensual stuff, but like there were like texts that were leaked, and the one girl was like, "No, this is not correct. Like things were edited in, and it just looked like there was some potential lesbian activity going on."
Well, of course,
but yeah, I don't know. Tangent over. It was just interesting to me.
No, I think
I need to finish it.
I think that it's interesting because it feels like almost these are the Salt Lake City girls that didn't get picked. And they made a show because they were blowing up on TikTok.
Yes. Jennifer? Is that her name?
No. It's something like Hey Girly. Like it's very it's very that. But yeah, I think we're literally, you said, girl, let's do it for 30, 40 minutes. I said, I knew as soon as we started this shit, we were going to go for an hour.
Was it Michaela?
Yeah, Michaela.
There we go.
Oh, no.
No?
No.
Taylor. Okay, there we go.
You were like, we're just going to go for 30 to 40 minutes. Girl, it's about to be an hour.
Yeah.
Yapping.
Yapping.
Honestly, though, I know we had that imposter syndrome moment in the middle, a little bit of a freak out, a little bit of a melty, a little bit of a mentee bee, but I honestly am like, no, that was fun. We should just post it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Why
not? But yeah, any closing remarks?
Don't expect much from this podcast. It's literally just going to be us talking about what we want to talk about and us being best friends.
Yeah, and there isn't a consistent upload schedule yet. I was going to say, I think if anything, we're going to try to record an episode a week, but when those episodes come out, that's a great fucking question.
Great question.
But I don't think there's anything else I needed to say. Oh, real quick, just to close it out, and so it's on record. My movie of the year has to be The Substance.
I think I have to second that.
Yeah. It's that serious.
It really is. Demi Moore, you are everything.
Margaret Qualley?
Yes, Margaret Qualley, you are up and coming star. Baby girl, you are killing it.
That makeup looked heavy.
that was the most incredible performance I've seen by both parties, and whoever the dude was, I can't remember his name.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. That dude. Yeah, man, you killed it. I hated you in that. You made me so disgusted.
Yeah. Second runner-up, I saw the TV Globe.
Oh.
I know what you were about to say your second runner-up is.
Challengers.
The correct answer. Yeah.
So
that's definitely I think
good.
that's in my third. Surprisingly, I think Wicked is still in my top 5.
I would agree with that. I really love I Saw the TV Glow.
But Challengers.
But Challengers really shook it for me.
Yeah, dude, Challengers was crazy.
Dude, Zendaya, Mike Feist, and that other...
The hot one.
The hot one.
The hot, stinky one.
You killed it. You nailed it. You did everything. You literally left me, like, jaw dropped. Oh, yeah.
The drama.
Hope you win all the awards. And I hope The Substance gets nominated.
For an Oscar?
An Oscar.
Yup.
We're manifesting that.
I am manifesting an Oscar win for The Substance. If not, if anything, makeup, dude. What other movie this year has done anything close to that?
I know.
So
Nothing. Final remarks. The Substance deserves an Oscar, and this is the podcast.
This is it. Bye.
Bye.
Peanuts, poop, butt, balls, dick. Woo,